then, it's Dan Dixon from the MastoCast. How's it going? How are you doing? I've just gone a bit sidetracked because bloody hell. Loathe, I've announced a new album literally just now. I've literally just as I clicked record, I just saw this, and Loathe have a new album out. That's fucking sick. Finally, about fucking time. Yeah, cool, nice one. Hi, welcome to the MastoCast. Welcome to episode 103. That's the one, 103. Hope you were doing well. Hope you are having a lovely day. Hope you are having a lovely day. The weather's been really nice recently. The weather's been good. I've been enjoying it a lot. I've been enjoying the good vibes, the good weather. It's all cool. It's all cool at the moment. And yeah, thank you very much for popping in to the podcast. Hope you're doing well. What is the MastoCast? I hear you ask. I don't actually hear you ask, but I'd like to imagine so. Anyways, the MastoCast is. I just had to adjust the volume there. The MastoCast is a monoblog podcast, kind of like a audio blog. Imagine that. Something like that. Not a vlog, but a blog. A blog. Audio blog. We'll talk about that. In podcast mode. In podcast form. If anyone is at all bothered about hearing any of this tripe. Well, here it is. Here it is. But yeah, thanks very much everyone who listened to the previous episode. Much appreciated. Much appreciate all people who have, been watching the most recent YouTube stuff I've been doing as well, and the shorts and stuff like that. Yeah, doing a lot of like shorts and stuff on TikTok, and yeah, trying to get as many views as possible. My Dream Theater one's still fucking going off. Like, I think that's at like 33,000 views or something. Yeah, it is 33,000 views. That's fucking insane. But yeah, it's been fun. It's been fun. Just literally plug in and play, and you get compliments if you're good, or you get people who say that you're faking, which I'd like to think is kind of a compliment in itself, because surely my playing must be that good if it sounds like I'm just miming it, right? That's what I think. I mean, I've only had one person say that I'm faking it, but to that person who said that, thank you. I must be that fucking good. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, got What's in My Bag episode that was uploaded recently. For if you want to have a look at some of the vinyl I bought and CD, all that sort of stuff. That's up on the YouTube. The YouTube is Dan Dixon Music, as well as every other platform: Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all that sort of stuff. It's all under Dan Dixon Music, so expect some more stuff. Gonna work on some playthroughs from the EP. Well, not EP, the last couple of EPs. The only two EPs that I've done under Daniel Dixon. Of course, the Bedroom EP and another Bedroom EP. So I want to do some playthroughs of like some songs that I have, I've released. Like I've released some EPs. They're on Bandcamp. They're also on Spotify and shit. Listen to them if you want. Those EPs came out like about a year apart of each other. Like from when did the first one come out? I think the first one came out 2019. I'm gonna have a look at my own music here. I think it was 2019 the first one came out. I'm just gotta quickly check because I can't even remember myself. But yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yes, 2019. 4-track EP, and also another Bedroom EP that came out. Actually, no, that was 2021. So yeah, there you go. I'm gonna be playing some songs from that on the YouTube. There'll be full flesh videos and all, full guitar playthroughs. So I'm gonna try and do that this week, and hopefully I still remember them because I've not played them in a long time. You know, well, 5 years was when Another Bedroom EP came out. So yeah, so you'll be able to hear the podcast intro that you are so familiar with is actually the last track of Another Bedroom EP. It's called Post Yeehaw, and you know what you hear on the intro of this podcast is like 30 seconds of an 8-minute song. So if you know, post-metally fucking black gaze instrumental stuff sounds like your thing, then go ahead and listen. Go ahead and listen and let me know what you think. And you know, I'm still quite proud of that stuff. So yeah, I'm looking forward to getting it done because you know I'm doing a lot of covers at the moment, so it would be nice to just give this a go. But yeah, much appreciate anyone who's been watching the stuff. I hope you can all probably hear my budgie, fucking loud as fuck. But yeah, that's what's happening. But what have I been up to? That's what some people want to know. What have I been up to? Went to York the other week for work day sesh, which was really cool. I've not been to York in ages. I've been to York in, well, I say ages. Yeah, probably about a year ago. I'm gonna have to fucking shut this door. Jesus Christ. Will you shut up, you birds? Will you shut up? Bloody hell. Fucking hell. Can I get a moment's peace? I might have to cut that out. Whoopsie daisy. Anyways. Or I'll just leave it in. I don't know. Right, I've got my headphones back on now. Right. Anyways. Yeah, I was out in York for a day sesh with work. Don't often go out to work all that often. We just don't do that much, to be fair. But, you know, went out in York, went out to some nice bars and stuff like that. The weather was glorious. I got rat-assed. It was good. I was sick. Sick part wasn't good, but I was fine after that. But, yeah. York is lovely. If you've not been to York, go to York. It's fucking beautiful. Love it there. It's great. Did that. It was my mum's birthday. Went over to see her. Got flowers. Me and Haley went flower picking for some tulips at Helmsley, North Yorkshire. And it was lovely. It was a nice, lovely day. And, you know, went to the caravan site where my parents have got their caravan at Rosedale Abbey. And it was lovely. It was really, really nice. So, yeah, did that. That's what I've been up to, really. Working, as per usual. Doing the videos, all that sort of stuff. And trying to maintain healthy eating habits. That sort of thing. Apart from when I've been out on the lash, obviously. But, yeah, went to go see Nothing. The band Nothing. Of course, I talked about their album that has come out this year. I talk about it on the What's in My Bag episode, as I've got it on vinyl. Short History of Decay. It's a fantastic album. It's really, really good. I absolutely love it. Probably one of my favourites of the year. Probably top 5, I'd say. But yeah, it's the second time I've seen Nothing. I saw them once before at Outbreak a couple of years ago, and they played one of their albums in full. I think it was, is it Guilty of Everything? I think it's called. Yeah, it was one of their albums that came out about 10 years ago. Like on that day, it was 2024. I saw them. But yeah, I remember them like being really good and really loud back then. And what's it? I'm trying to think. Yeah, Guilty of Everything was the album I played in full, and I was really, really looking forward to seeing them this time around because I've not heard them play any other songs like stuff from the Great Dismal, which is an album that they've previously brought out, which I absolutely love, and of course the new stuff as well. And yeah, and of course it was at my favourite venue of all time, the Brudenell in Leeds. The best place ever. And yeah, they were really good. They were really, really spot on. They were like They weren't as loud as I was expecting them to be, because like when I saw them at Outbreak, they were fucking loud, and usually you sort of expect that with like a shoegazy type band, but they were really great. Like they played a lot of stuff from the Great Dismal, which is which album that came out 6 years ago that I loved that when it came out, so I was really really happy to finally hear songs from that, and the stuff from Short History of Decay is fucking incredible. Like Cannibal World, which is like the lead single off that album, which is very sort of glitchy and electronic. Like it's like some of it sounds like a massive attack. But they played like Purple Strings, which sounds like fucking OK Computer Radiohead, and they finished with the opening song of that album, Never Come Never Morning. Like it's like they were really really good, and like they played a hell of a set, and really looking forward to seeing them again because they're playing Outbreak again this year. So yeah, I don't know whether they're going to be on the main stage or the second one. They played main stage last time, but that could change. They could turn around and say, "Well, you did the main stage last time, so we're going to put you on the second stage." We'll see. There's no set stage thingies yet for Nothing. But yeah, they were really good. And shout out to a band called Hitmen who opened up. They were really cool. Kind of like early Weezer sort of vibes, Basement, that sort of thing. I haven't actually listened to them since I saw them, but I do remember them being really good. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to add their music to my Apple Music right the fuck now. There we go. So yeah, they were really good. I enjoyed them. So yeah, a good night overall. And yeah, what's the next gig I'm going to? I think the next gig actually is Basement. That's fucking sick. Yeah, gonna go see Basement at Boom at Leeds. I've not been to the new Boom yet. They built a new Boom, didn't they? Yeah, they made a new one because they couldn't afford to keep the other one. I think. Or it was like the landlord decided to sell the place. But there's a new Boom in Leeds. I'm looking forward to trying that venue out for the first time. Basement are doing their album release tour, playing intimate venues and stuff. And that's going to be one of them. And I'm seeing them at Outbreak again. They're going to be headlining it, of course. And yeah, the songs that I've heard from the new album so far sound really good. I'm looking forward to them. But yeah, I mean, of course, they're not going to hit like the peak of the first couple of albums or whatever. But like, I do like what I hear. That album's coming out on the 8th of May. And I see them literally a day after. So I'll be seeing them on the 9th of May on a Saturday. So a week on Saturday, I'll be seeing them. Lovely stuff. Can't wait. So yeah, Basement are always fantastic live, and the crowd is always well up for Basement. That they're usually like one of the loudest crowds you'll ever hear. Like fucking, as soon as I go into Covent and I'm like, when I'm with you, and yeah, it goes fucking off from there on then. Hell of a band. But yeah, tons of games. What have I been playing? I played through Resident Evil 2 on Claire's Story quite recently. Did it in about 6 or 7 hours, something like that. Which is the Resident Evil 2 remake. I've not played that one. Even though Resident Evil 2 remake is probably my favourite Resident Evil game, I've not gone through Claire's side before. And I finally did it for the first time. Yeah, literally about a week and a half ago or something like that. And I think it still firmly puts it in there as my favourite Resident Evil game. I just love it. It's such a fucking phenomenal game. And a phenomenal remake as well. I could literally take either the original or the remake. I love them both. And, it was really fun playing Claire's side. It's really, really cool. Yeah, it's so good. So I played through that, had a bit of fun on that. Resident Evil is amazing. You know what it is? Like, I really wanted to play Requiem again, but I've actually lent it out to a friend, and I was a bit like, I guess I'll play Requiem when I get it back. So I was like, well, I'm going to play Resident Evil 2 instead. And I bloody loved it. Of course I did. Of course I did. So yeah, it was brilliant. Fucking brilliant. Of course it was. I went back onto what was it? I started playing Metroid Prime 4 again. I've got a little bit further on it. I've got the fucking motorbike and that. I've been going through that desert. It's I'll need to go on a proper review about it. It's a bit slow at the moment, I will say, and I'm not really that far in the game, and I feel like it's a bit slow. But I'm gonna play some more of it tonight, and get my ass through it. Like I said on the last episode, like I need to catch up with some of my Switch 2 games. I've still got Hades 2 to finish, and I've still got that one to finish. So I gave Pokemon a bit of a rest. To be fair, because I was playing a lot of Pokemon. But I started playing that, and I started Cyberpunk 2077 on my PS5, and I'm enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. It's still a bit broken though, isn't it? Like, I know it's been patched up and stuff like that. I mean, it still has its moments where it's a bit broken. Like, not all the time, you know. I mean, there's like instances like, you know, when you call for your car, and like I called for my car, and then I went to it, and the car was literally like halfway in the road. Like, it was dug down into the road, facing up. Like, the front end of the car was facing in the sky, whilst the back end was just like in the ground. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And like, I got in the car to see if it did anything, and then my character fell through the ground and died. I was like, what the fuck? So, like, obviously, I just started again from a checkpoint, and you know, everything was fine after that. I was like, okay, nice one, I'll crack on, and played it for another couple of hours, and then my car, there was like a situation where I was going from like one checkpoint to another in a car, and then the car just fell through the ground as I was driving. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? And yeah, it was just so weird, so silly. So it does have its moments, I will say. But I am really enjoying it. I'm really enjoying it. I know it's going to be a game that'll take me a bit of time to finish, but it looks stunning. It looks great. It looks cool. And yeah, I'm enjoying Cyberpunk 2077 at the moment. But I'm probably going to play Metroid Prime 4 tonight, because it's my night shift tomorrow. So I got to do my fucking shit. So yeah, those are the games I've been playing, really. As far as new music goes, God, I'll be honest, there is some good new music out there, but I've just been fucking smashing Eternal Champion. I know I went on about them on the last podcast about the 2-track EP that came out. I went back to the album that came out beforehand. It's so good. It is so good. It's full of riffs. It's thrashy. It's got that proper old school, like, new wave of British heavy metal sound to it. And it's like songs about swords and chainmail and shit. Like, kind of Man of War-esque, but better. Like, it is so good. Like, the album's called Ravening Iron. It's so good. I urge anyone to listen to it. I sent it to my dad because I was like, "This is up your fucking street. This definitely give it a listen." So yeah, I've been listening to that. It came out 2020, but it's full of riffs, really cool vocals. Like, it's heavy metal at its finest. It's great. Eternal Champion, get on it. But yeah, been listening to the new Nine Inch Noize album as well, which came out about a week ago, maybe a little bit more. This is, of course, the collaboration with Boys Noise, and Nine Inch Nails and Boys Noise have been doing that tour ever since the middle of last year, really. I've gone on about it before. I saw Nine Inch Nails at Manchester Co-op Arena with support from Boys Noise, and I've seen them do like the sort of collaborative part of the set, where they were in the centre of the arena, which was fucking amazing. Like, still the best gig I've ever been to. That Nine Inch Nails gig. It was absolutely incredible. It was amazing, and I loved the part where they went back to the center stage and collaborated together, like doing Boys Noise. It was fucking outstanding. And when I was there, I was just like, oh, they should do a fucking album together. They should do an album together. It would be really good. And lo and behold, we have the Nine Inch Nails and Boys Noise album, Nine Inch Noize, which is great. Of course, it is literally the collaboration, as it says on Apple Music, for a series of soundtrack collaborations and joint appearances on the Peel It Back tour between 2025-26. The union of industrial rock icon Trent Reznor and German Iraqi EDM producer Alexander Ritter. So this is like their full-on remix of Nine Inch Nails songs in there, and I think it's part of it is like a live album as well, because you hear like the crowd and stuff. So it mirrors a set list with a combination of studio and live recordings, blurring the lines between career panning greatest hits compilation remix and remixes of songs basically. And it's not like the big hitters that are in this album either. There's no Head Like a Hole, there's no Hand That Feeds, March of the Pigs or anything like that. Nothing. I mean, obviously Closer is in this album, which works so well, having that sort of remix done to it. But we got some stuff from like Year Zero and from With Teeth, and got some stuff from Downward Spiral as well, and like some of the EPs he's done before, like the Branches EP. But yeah, this is so good. This is so damn good. Like, if you've got some good headphones, you will listen to this when you're working out at the gym or whatever, or on a walk or something. It is just so good hearing these Nine Inch Nails songs, like remixed in this really heavy electronic sort of way. Like, it's just so good. I remember hearing Vessel when they played that at Manchester, and that's the first track on this album, and it is just so punchy and heavy. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. It's got Vessel, it's got She's Gone Away, Heresy, which is from Downward Spiral, Parasite, which is a How to Destroy Angels song. I'm not actually all that familiar with him. I know that's Trent Reznor's other project that he's done with, I believe, is his wife. But I've not actually listened to that album yet, so I'm gonna have to get into that, because Parasite on this is so good. It's like a proper blood rave album. It's brilliant, and copy of it from Hesitation Marks is on there. Me I'm Not from, is it Year Zero? Yeah, Year Zero. Closer, which is the big Nine Inch Nails song on this album, of course, one of their biggest hits ever. The Warning of Year Zero. There's a lot of Year Zero on this album, but like it all works very well. Memorabilia, which is a Soft Cell cover, and I believe like a bonus track on the deluxe edition of Downward Spiral. Came Back Haunted, which is just an absolute banger from Hesitation Marks, and the album finishes on the single that came from the Tron soundtrack of last year, was As Alive As You Need Me To Be. Just fantastic. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, this album's so good. It is so good. There's no way of having this physically at the moment. I don't believe there's any pre-orders or anything. But it's really good. It's really fucking good. But yeah. But listening to that. Also the new album by Terror, which is Still Suffer, came out on Friday. It's Terror. Of course it's going to sound good. Just hardcore royalty. Just fucking brilliant. Full of riffs. Scott vocals, like, really, really iconic vocal style. Just cool as fuck. Just cool as fuck. 27 minutes, 10 tracks. And like, I say about five of the last track is like some sort of vibe. So really you're getting like, yeah, it's like some sort of vibe with like some like voicemails being sent out to Scott Vocal. I don't exactly know what they're about, but like it's, a bunch of voice notes being sent out to him, like sort of wishing him the best and stuff, which I thought was quite nice. But yeah, got some guest features on this from Hot Water Music. Yes, Chuck Reagan features on Fear the Panic, Mind Force, Beauty and the Losses, and God's Hate and King 9. Of course, Brody King from God's Hate is featured on Deconstruct It. Yeah, this is just hardcore punk. Terror's 9th album. It's just business as usual. Terror. You put this album on, you mosh, you throw your fists. It's just fucking great. Like, what's not to like about this, man? It's fucking brilliant. And what else have I been listening to? I've been listening to that Angine De Poitrine. I'm sure you may have heard of them or seen them somewhere. Fucking weird ass duo band, instrumental, who fuck around with those microtonal guitars. A guitar, yeah, literally like a double neck guitar. It's a guitar and a bass, literally glued together. And a drummer who looks like an evil Mr. Blobby. Fucking mental. Yeah. So, they're so weird. It's just like really catchy sort of math rock, but done instrumentally. And it's got like some really cool catchy bangers. And like I said, they do this. The guitar player is doing like this whole microtonal stuff, which if you're unfamiliar with microtonal, imagine the frets of a guitar, like a regular guitar. Look at the fretboard. You obviously know. I'm sure you'll know. You've got all of your notes from A to G. Obviously, you've got like A sharp in there, C sharp, D sharp, E sharp, F sharp, G sharp. You get it. But on a microtonal guitar, there are frets within frets. So you will hear slightly sharper or flatter notes within that, which is crazy. Because looking at the guitar, it's just like you nearly doubled the amount of frets on it. Like, it's insane. And it just sounds so weird and trippy, like all the melodies. And it must take a ton of concentration to get this right. Because I know this band have really blown up, like, all over. Like, their KEXP set has just completely, like, gone viral. And, millions of people are into them. And, like, they're selling out big venues now. Like, and like they're playing the Brudenell in Leeds. That's obviously sold out. I think that's like next month they're playing, and I couldn't go to that one. But they're also coming back in the UK later on in the year. They wanted to play Project House in Leeds. That sold out straight away, so now they moved up to the O2 Academy. And they've only got 2 albums, like literally Volume 1 and Volume 2. Which is, yeah, I can't help but be really, really impressed by this. Really impressed. There's no vocals. They're fucking weird. They do, like, they wear these offered fucking masks. Like, the drummer looks like a fucking Mr. Blobby. But evil. It's so mad. And the, like, in between sets, like, they have like these alien voices, like, and then they start the song. Yeah, very interesting. The album's called Volume 2. 6 songs. It's very, very interesting. And what's another thing that's really impressive, because even though the dude does a lot of microtonal stuff on the guitar, he loops it as well. He loops the bass and the guitar and does loads of effects. It's really, really... I highly recommend people watch that. If you haven't watched it, watch the KEXP session. But the band's called Angine De Poitrine. It's ANGINE space DE space POITRINE. And yeah, they're fucking mental. Quebec, I believe they're from. Yeah, so get on it. And I think that's it. I think that is it. Thank you very much for listening, everybody. Hope you're doing well, and take care. Enjoy the rest of your week. I'll see you soon, and yeah, keep an eye on all the other social stuff, like the YouTube and stuff, and the TikToks and the Instagrams, for more guitar guitar-based content and stuff. I'm gonna try and do some more this week, and yeah,